Am I the asshole for naming my son after my late brother when my dad had already asked me not to? My older brother died at the age of 17. He and I were very close. We went through a lot together. Our mom got sick and died after we had to watch her fade away slowly. Then our dad announced he was dating 4 months later, and within 6 months of announcing this he moved his then girlfriend, now wife, in and moved her kids in as well. It was a lot for us. My brother had not taken dad's moving on and moving the kids in well. He did not like our dad's wife or her kids, and in the 3 years we all lived together before he died, a lot of feelings were hurt and a lot of things were said that left their mark. Then my brother died in an accident. His death symbolized the death of my family in so many ways. Mom's was the first to do that, and then his. A lot of weird feelings are present with my dad's wife and her kids because of how he hated them, and my dad has mixed feelings there also. When my husband and I found out we were expecting, the first thing we figured was an honor to him would be amazing. My dad jumped in when he found out we were having a boy and asked me not to. He said my brother hurt a lot of people before he died, and there was going to be a sort of bitter feeling if I named their grandson and nephew after someone who treated them badly. He told me it would be hard for him too, given that when my brother died he was in big trouble for saying some stuff to his wife in front of her kids. And that while he loved my brother, he also knew that my brother is a point of pain for his stepkids. I chose to use the name anyway. I'm not very close to my dad or his family, so in the end, their feelings were not enough for me to bypass honoring my beloved brother. But now I am getting shit from my dad and his wife. They accused me of being insensitive and deliberately awful to her kids who love me and see me as a sister and would so love to be aunts and uncles to my son, but who will have to be reminded of a person who made his hate clear. Am I the asshole? I was named after my late aunt. Based on some comments on this thread, I lived my whole life in her shadow and am nothing more than a living memorial. Reddit, as always, you're lovely. Your dad and stepmom feel guilty because they tried to force a new family less than 6 months after the death of your mother and, unsurprisingly, your brother wanted nothing to do with. Blaming a deceased 17-year-old kid for your own mistakes is vile. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You can name your child whatever you want to. By the sounds of things, you're not as close to your dad's stepmom and stepsiblings as you were to your brother. Did your dad ever get you or your brother therapy for everything that went down? How about your father take responsibility for the pain that he caused? Not the asshole. Were they blind to how you both felt or just didn't care? Am I the asshole for giving my stepdaughter the best room out of all our kids? My husband, 43 male, and I, 38 female, are moving into our dream house. We have 4 children. My stepdaughter Ella, 16, our daughter Jane, 11, our son Sam, 9, and our daughter Luna, 6. It's a 6-bedroom home with a master, our bedroom of course, 2 rooms with attached bathrooms, and 3 normal bedrooms. The plan was for one of the rooms with the bathroom attached to be a guest room and the other to be Ella's room. Jane, Sam, and Luna would each get one of the normal rooms. We told the kids to decide their room themed or decor styles so we can finish decorating and move in. Jane was under the impression that she and Ella would be getting the 2 rooms with the bathrooms. We let her know one of those would be guest rooms, and since Ella is the oldest she deserves the other one so she can have the privacy and space she needs. Jane thinks this is unfair. She tried to convince us to give her the guest bedroom, but we feel that guests should have the comfortability of their own bathroom. There is also a bathroom right by Jane's room that will be hers that she can decorate how she wants, can be her own bathroom, it's just not attached. Sam and Luna will share a bathroom. She then brought up that Ella is only here every other week, so the room is just sitting there for days at a time. We said that did not matter and she still deserves the room because of her age, and when she leaves for school, college, they can switch. Jane has not been handling this well, and a few family members she's spoken to think I'm putting someone else's child over my own. But I've been raising Ella since she was a baby. Jane has struggled with some jealousy over Ella's 2 birthday parties and some other things she gets double of. Her mom is high conflict, so we all have minimal contact with her and do things separately. I'm torn. Jane and Ella usually get along great and her jealousy hasn't gotten this bad before. Are we handling this all wrong? Am I the asshole? Edit. To clarify, Jane still has her own bathroom she can decorate however she wants that nobody else will use, it's just not attached to her room. Her issue is she wants it to be attached to her room. She still has a walk-in closet and lots of space. Her bathroom is right next to her room and nobody else will use it. The two younger children will share a bathroom. Ella leaves for college in less than 2 years and will then switch rooms with Jane. She will have her own room with an attached bathroom when she's 13, just in time for her teenage years. We do have guests often, especially in the summer. It's not super rare and hypothetical. Info. We have guests often. Including their grandparents who have a hard time getting around sometimes. They come by pretty frequently to hang with the kids, take care of the younger kids. Edit 2. Jane is also 11. She does not need an en-suite bathroom more than adult guests. She still has a private bathroom and will have an en-suite at 13, which she does not need, once Ella leaves for school. I do not want to raise brats and feel that if she cannot accept a private bathroom that's not attached to her room for 2 years until her sister moves out, maybe she doesn't deserve the en-suite in the first place. But I do agree with some people under here who have stated it's more than the room, and I have addressed that with her, put her in therapy to work through her blended family feelings. She loves Ella. They get along great. She just gets jealous sometimes because Ella gets 2 birthdays, 2 celebration dinners if she achieves something, 2 Christmases, etc. We try to do extra things with her to balance it out, but there still is a level of understanding she is going to have, that with come with maturing. That Ella's life is a lot more complicated, and she deals with a lot when it comes to her mother, living split between 2 homes. The double celebrations are one perk to a tough, messy situation for Ella. I'm absolutely mind-boggled by the number of people upset that the oldest child gets a better room. That's the way my family, and every family's home I've ever visited, sets things up. Then when the oldest kid leaves, the next oldest gets the room. That is perfectly fair, and it's disgusting the number of people who are saying the 16-year-old doesn't deserve the big room because she's not related to Op by blood. This is a fair system. ETA. Not the asshole. ETA 2. This comment was in response to several comments I read that insisted Op should prioritize her blood-related daughter over her stepdaughter, as stated in the last sentence of my original comment. Am I the asshole for making my sister leave after finding out what she was doing to my pregnant wife and kid? So my sister is now divorcing her husband and she's staying with me while everything is finalized. Without getting too deep, my sister did have a miscarriage a few months ago. I talked to my wife before this, and I told my sister that I could find her somewhere else to stay if my wife being pregnant is going to be difficult to around. She's been staying with me in the guest bedroom since then. My wife has lately been hyperfixated on the baby's health. At first I just thought that she was thinking about my sister and did my best to ease the concerns. When I came home my wife was in the living room crying and she looked really stressed. She told me that she was fine and just stressed out. I didn't buy it. Eventually she confessed what was really bugging her. My sister was pretty much trying to turn into a parent to our kid. Apparently throughout this time she was calling herself mom to our kid. When our kid would need a diaper change she would do it, and get mad if my wife did it. When it was breastfeeding time she would get upset, cry, or get mad at my wife. Even asked her to formula feed so it's easier for everyone. She did more things, but you get what I'm saying. The reason my wife was so fixated on miscarriages was because my sister was apparently berating her with things about miscarriage. Example, why are you eating that? That kills your baby. She had yogurt? No, don't do that. Don't you know that causes a miscarriage? She accused my wife of wanting a miscarriage because she was doing everything wrong or everything that causes miscarriage. Last straw was that day when she tried to tell my wife to also breastfeed the baby, then insult her when she said no. I asked how I never heard this because, while I do work late she breastfeeds while I'm here. She said that she would do it when I'm not around, but when I left it would start back up again. I sat down with my sister and told her that I'd be happy to get her a rental, hotel so forth, and I support her in this, but she can't stay here, and I can't in good conscience let this affect people who are also going through hard times. She started pleading with me saying she would never do it again. I told her that I'll keep helping her with whatever she needs. I suggested intensive therapy, or professional help, but she got mad at me, so I said she needs to leave. She was yelling at me but in the end left to a hotel, but my whole family has my ass for this. Saying I will never understand a miscarriage and this is normal behavior, and she will never forgive me for being so mean. I'll pay to help her, emotional support. But my wife and kids didn't sign up for this. It is my fault to think that someone who went through that could be in front of that. But would I not even more of one be if I let her stay? Not the asshole. As someone who's been through a miscarriage, this is not normal behavior. This requires mental evaluation. You are protecting your wife and your children from someone who has become unhinged. Or she already was, and she just took a while to let you realize her cheese had slid off her cracker. Never apologize for protecting your nuclear family, wife and kids, from crazy extended family, no matter the shape they take or the crazy lunacy they present. This is normal behavior. No. Absolutely not. And she will never forgive me for being so mean. And if her nagging and stressing out your wife caused her to miscarry? Would you be able to forgive her? She's jealous of your wife. She needs serious help. As for the peanut gallery, the minute one of them asks you to take her back, hit them with, "If you care so much, do it yourself." Shuts them up real quick. Not the asshole. Am I the asshole for leaving my partner's kids, 9 and 13, unattended in a hotel pool to go the bathroom? First time traveling with my partner, 49M, and his 2 boys, 9 and 13. I get along great with the boys. They're awesome, smart, creative, funny kids. They can also be jerks, but that's normal. I'm on the verge of becoming an official stepmom, which would be a big step for all of us. Lately I've felt extra scrutiny from the 3 of them, kids and boyfriend, which makes sense. Both boys have mentioned to my partner that I left them unattended in the hotel pool on this trip. I got pretty defensive when he brought it up, but perhaps I am the asshole. I grew up a latchkey kid in the 90s, and am often surprised at the lack of independence both boys demonstrate. Neither of them walk to or from school a few blocks away. They can't be left home alone for an hour to run errands, or go to the corner store by themselves. It seems odd to me. But I accept that I may be old and wrong. Anyway, I was watching them in the hotel pool. Small pool, not deep, but no lifeguard. My partner said he was going upstairs to get his swimsuit, and left for 40 minutes. I had to pee. I said jokingly to them, "Okay dudes, shallow end, no drowning," and went to the lobby bathroom for maybe 5 minutes, then came back to watch them. Weeks later this has come up with both of them. I'm annoyed with my partner for disappearing for an extended period of time when I thought he was coming back to swim, and I'm annoyed with the boys for ratting me out as if I left them in a burning car or something when I just had to pee, and they are 9 and 13 and both decent swimmers. Arg. But maybe I'm wrong. Am I the asshole? A 9 and a 13-year-old should be able to spend 5 minutes unsupervised. If they can't, then that's a problem with their parenting, not you. Not the asshole. ETA can't believe half the people are clutching their pearls over this. I went swimming unsupervised when I was 9 for hours. People really think these kids can drown in 5 minutes in a small pool despite being strong swimmers? Your boyfriend is the asshole for disappearing for 40+ minutes while getting his swim trunks. I don't think you were wrong to go pee for 5 minutes given the ages of his kids. However, now you know to treat them like young children. Either call your boyfriend to get his ass back downstairs to watch his kids so you can pee, or make the kids get out of the pool and wait right outside the ladies' room while you go. Personally, I would never take responsibility for his children again.